Hi everyone, happy VE Day. It's VE Day, it's the 8th of May, and we're with Esther Marie, who's going to give us some amazing tips on how to look amazing with very little effort on VE Day in lockdown. So you look very glamorous, I have to say, with your lovely.
I've still got to do my nails.
Have you? What are you going to do with your bright red nails?
Yeah. Well, do you remember what I said to you last time? Basically, just go and get red things. And
Yeah.
like you've just popped your little red top on and your red jacket. It makes a really big difference. Underneath here, I think I've got like a little red like vest top. So, just sort of layer it up, and I've got some blue, like just some trousers on. So blue and red really just sort of makes the big difference.
It does. It does. I noticed on telly that the announcer on BBC was wearing a dress that it was not the Union flag, but it was red, white and blue in very small pattern. And it looked really nice. So red, white and blue does work very well together, even when it's not VE Day, doesn't it?
I might put a necklace on. I feel like I need something there.
Okay.
Shall I tell you where I nicked some stuff from decoration as well, which people might
Yeah.
not know about? Your Christmas stuff. Because a lot of people have got red things, red bows and red bits and pieces. So if you can get to your Christmas things and they're not too hidden in your loft. And what made me thought about that was because we've set the stuff outside in the the motorhome, but the signal's not very good out there. So we've got flags, we've got the old MG out there and all that kind of thing. I'll send some pictures. But I've got a green camping table, which didn't look quite right. I thought, I just need something red to go over it. And then I remembered my Christmas tablecloth and put that on. So that was just quite good to do. And then we used Vince's fishing wire to hang up some of the flags, and we just winged it this morning, really, just
nice.
things on and made a difference. So that was really good. And then we've had the press around because Ashbourne's very active with the local things, and they want to take pictures of where everyone's made an effort and things. So, and then they're coming around again at 2:00 today. So it's all been busy. And then I've done 2 webinars this morning helping people with hair and makeup and things.
Oh wow, particularly and specifically for VE Day.
Yeah, so I did 2 free sessions for my existing clients, and they were booked about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was just groups of 10, and all I did was did what I've done now, just to help people, which is why it was a little bit busy.
So talk us through the hints and tips that you've given to your customers this morning in the webinars, and also how you prepared yourself today.
So first thing is red. Blue's really good, but blue really works when you've got red with it, because blue can sort of look a bit sort of I suppose uniformy, can't it? So you just need something, even if it's just your nails or something, you need something with the red on there. Pearls work really good, so I've just got some pearls. So you've got some pearls, they look really good too. Paint your nails. And then this morning we were all talking about hair and how to do our hair, and of course quite a few people found it difficult, older clients, to do that victory roll. So I don't know whether you can see at the back, all we've done is just put a clip there and a clip there, so you can do it quite easy. Did you see that when I turned around, or did I?
Yeah, it's because your hair's dark and the clip is dark. So what have you done?
That's good.
So what have you? Yeah. It is good. It is good. So what have you done? Is you've got highs in there.
Put that piece first.
Yeah.
Right, and then put a clip in there.
Right.
Really built that one up. And then you obviously are left with a bit of a dangly piece, and then took 2 thickish sides, but not too thick, just a slice of your hair there, and pulled it back. And then you need to get your keep your boxes open. You need to get your hairspray, and you need to really smooth it over. So you need loads of hairspray to get that kind of smooth look.
Wow, amazing.
And then here, just keep these long, and all I've done is just put a little bit of a slight curl in it. Don't do it ringlety, but then you can sort of pull it round, or it's quite nice if you're going to get some pictures done, sort of pull it to the side. It gives you a little bit of an angled look.
And it's so your hair is quite long, actually, longer than I I had remembered. So I tend to do that just because it feels better anyway. So I'm not a million miles away, but getting height on I've got a very long face anyway, so getting height makes me feel like I've got an even longer face. So what would you do with my hair?
If you've got a long face,
I have one clip with me, that's all I have.
So for you, what would be really nice is, I would say, do something off centre. So basically just exactly what you've done, pull something to the side, and like you do, pull your fringe across to the side. Yeah, so if it was me, I would probably just pin your fringe so you've got like a little bit of a thing there, which would be quite good. And then your clip, I would pull your hair to one side,
Yeah,
and I would get that clip and whack it in there, and sort of have the clip at the back of your head there. That's it. Just put it there, and then that will just keep that in place.
Oh, that does look very different, doesn't it?
It does. It just lifts it and pulls it over, and it keeps that tight look. Because if you do that, after 10 minutes, after 2 seconds, it's popped back again. I think it always makes you feel different as well. I think if you've got your hair pinned back, I think you feel more confident as well. I think it makes.
Is it a tight look that we're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, they did use, they were very much a case of like when they did the hair, I mean, they didn't really have bits out of place, you know, this kind of like very relaxed look. I mean, if you compare what we wear now, I mean, my mom was saying the other day when she was talking, we were looking at old pictures, you know, of obviously V-Day, the effort, the structure of the clothes, the attention to detail, everything was hemmed and basically darted, and you know, you didn't really wear clothes that didn't really, even if you hadn't got a lot of money, their clothes still looked really good. Whereas now, I mean, you know, we've really embraced the unstructured look, you know, baggy t-shirts and things like that. So I definitely think for this look, if you've got something that sort of goes in your waist or something, then that is good. I've got a nice red belt.
Oh, lovely.
So if you've got something like that, then you could wear something with you know, if you've got white or red or anything, but just something like that looks really good.
So you're pinching in your waist then is what you're suggesting. Oh, and that's beautiful.
A little handbag or something. Doesn't really go with my outfit. This is a bit of a pinky red, and this is more of a sort of like burgundy red. But you could wear like a white outfit or a, you know, navy outfit, and just something like that. In fact, wearing all this together almost looks a little bit too much.
Right.
You just need the other thing. And then if you remember last time I spoke to you, it was all about the glasses. So if you put the glasses on, it just totally transforms you. I feel very high, darling.
You look very high, darling. You look very glamorous. You look very Audrey Hepburn.
And if at the very least, you know, put your glasses on. This is kind of not quite the era, but I think it just gets you in the mood. Makeup wise was very much, I would probably be classed as wearing too much makeup, but that's because I've done 2 workshops today and layered it on. But the first thing is foundation sort of blends it out. If your ears are on show, just be aware that your ears might be a little bit white. If you cover your ears up, you'll probably find you've got colour in your face and your ears are protected by the sun. So you get beautifully white, perfect ears and a more pinky body face, and then your ears can look a lot bigger. So make sure you put a little bit of bronzer or something. And then all I've done, I mean, I think all your clients think this is all I do because I just keep it really simple. So I do far more advanced makeup, but I try and, you know, these, when I do sort of sessions like that, this keep it really simple. So you know, your bronzer, pop a bit of bronzer on, and then obviously pop a little bit on your eyelids. I've got a little bit of an eyeshadow colour on there, but just something really neutral. Don't get put in like coloured eyeshadow on today if you can. Try and keep it quite neutral. And as I say, if you go back to sort of 1940s, in the early 1940s, they didn't really have a lot of makeup products. If anything, all they had was a lipstick. I've sold out of this lipstick.
Wow, have you?
Wow. People have, like, I mean, whenever do you buy red lipstick? But I think everybody's like, I want that. So just a bit of foundation, bit of bronzer. I've put a little bit in my eyebrows, but keep your eyebrows quite natural. You know, we didn't have the very structured look, so if you've not plucked your eyebrows, then that's perfect. And then all I've done is put a little bit of black mascara on, and that's it. So, and as I say, the biggies really is if you've got a pair of glasses, or it's that kind of look. I think glasses really do play a part. This looks a little bit like Monaco rather than 1940s. But you know what? It's like making the effort, and that's what I said to you about talking today. Is that it's, you know, if you do look good, you do feel good. You'll be able to take some great pictures. You'll be able to create some great memories.
Yes.
And I think it's one of those days that, you know, we will sit at home and we will watch the telly, and the telly's fantastic because, you know, they do so much coverage. But, you know, I think if it, you know, when people drive past and we're sitting on the drive and we're drinking our cup of tea and we've made a bit of an effort, we make somebody else smile.
Yes.
With that chain reaction, if everybody just does a little bit,
yes.
And it, you know, it's pretty obvious. You know, when we were putting our flags out this morning, other people were putting flags out, and we were like going, "Oh, we need to do a little bit more, and we need to do a little bit more." And that a little bit of competition is not a bad thing. And I know for certain, I'm looking at my wardrobe at the moment, and I'm just not wearing any of it.
So, are you happy that you've got your bright red on today? That you've had an opportunity to dress up? And that you're making the effort today, Esther Marie. Not that you never do, but is it an extra special really today?
Yeah, I think it is, and it's just quite nice. I mean, you know, dare I say, I've actually shaved my legs today. You know, I've actually made an effort. I mean, it's one of those things that you know, it's been well noted that obviously, you know, we've all gone to this, you know, dressed down look sort of thing, and the only thing that some people are seeing of us is probably our heads up, because maybe on the phone or just, you know, we become like news readers where this is all that's part of us. No one's visiting our homes, you know, we haven't got that scenario of like, oh God, someone's coming, I've got to tidy up. You know, so for me personally, when my house is relatively tidy, but I know somebody was visiting, I'd be running around there with the Hoover and things. So I think making an effort, and we all need that chemical reaction where someone makes the effort and someone else will make the effort.
Yeah.
And it really does kind of like carry on like that. And I know I've had lots of people from trying to do a few bits and pieces this week have said, what did somebody say? It went live the other day and I was putting my lippy on, and she said, you made me laugh. And I said, why? Because she just said, I'm putting my lippy on. And you know, if you can just do those little things, makes a big difference. There's probably an app out there that you can buy that that you can just stand there, and it probably makes you look like you've made the effort.
Well, I mean, I think we have made I certainly have, because as you know, I'm mid-building project, so everything's still packed away. So luckily I have red, and luckily I have blue, and anything more than that is not going to happen. But what I did last night was took the dogs out for a walk, and everybody's hanging Union flags and they're bunting up, and that's just so lovely to see. Chatted with the ladies who were putting out, they were crocheted poppies actually, that they were wrapping around the gate to the church, and did hear about someone who was having a social distancing street party as well, just up the lane. There were 3 cottages up the lane, and they were going to all just get together, but we're adhering to the social distancing, which is great. So we are making history, because this VE Day celebration will go down in history. We will remember this probably more than any that we've ever remembered in the past, because we're relying on what we have available to us in most cases. And I think that is, I think that's great. I think it's coming back to basics. And I think the pressure is off. We don't have to be doing this or that or the other. We are just doing what we can. This is a great NLP saying, actually. We're doing what we can with the resources that we've got. And I feel quite literally that I'm doing what I can. with the resources that I've got, which is this session with you, Esther Marie. I put my red lippy on, I got me red and my blue on, and I'm enjoying the fact that people are out there putting their bunting up, and I shall be walking around the village again this afternoon, whilst also thinking about all the frontline staff, the delivery drivers, the supermarket staff, the NHS workers, my lovely niece who, say again?
The bin men.
Everybody is doing everything to keep us going. Absolutely wonderful. So yeah, exactly. The refuse executives, whatever their job title is. So I'm very grateful that my bins are still being emptied, because that would be chaos. Can't wait for the tips to open, because I've got lots of stuff to take to the tips, and I'm just grateful for what we have. You too, Esther?
Totally. And obviously for people who at this day 75 years ago, I mean, we think about what we sometimes at the moment we might be thinking about what we haven't got rather than what we have got. And you know what, I did think about going to the shops to go and buy some more food for today, and I just thought to myself, even that's a massive luxury compared to what they had 75 years ago. So I basically just looked in the cupboards, and I thought, well, I'm going to make do with what I've got. And I think that's been a big change now, where, like, you know, it's just like using the Christmas tree Christmas tablecloth to do your stuff. I haven't gone out and brought anything. We've just literally raided the factory and the house and everything and trying to see what we have. And for me, I mean, I've just spoken to my mom yesterday and talking about my granddad, and she's laid out his medals. So whenever it's the celebration or any time that she can reflect, and for that generation and for people who perhaps don't have people anymore, it's a great time to sort of like spend and reflect back on those that we don't have, whether it's that they were in the war or they were there 75 years ago, or it's just somebody who's just not in your life anymore. It's just a really nice moment, and I'm sure there'll be a few tears out there.
I'm sure. And without the efforts of everybody in the Second World War, whether they were on the front line of what, you know, the campaigns, or, you know, whether they were nursing, or whether they were at home producing food and keeping the home fires burning, so grateful to them. And I think that's why this is going to be really historic, because it's the nearest we've probably ever got. And I like your attitude of make, do and mend, Esther Marie. I think that's really, I just think it's really powerful. It's fun, actually, going to and knowing that, because I was thinking the supermarkets must have like Union flag buns and things like this, and I was thinking maybe I'll go and I'll just buy myself some cake that's all. No, I haven't done it. I've done like you. I've thought it will be, today will be what it is, and I will watch some telly and be reminded of how grateful I am to everybody from the Second World War who gave their life or their livelihoods in order for us to live the life that we do today. So I'm very grateful to them.
Yeah, we still, even though at the moment in time we still feel that things have been taken away from us, but you know, we've still got so much more than what they have. We can connect with each other. Whereas if I was in splendid isolation, as I am with my dogs and my cat and my wayward pot plants, I would be needing to seek out more connection with people, and that wouldn't be forthcoming, would it? So it's been absolutely brilliant to have the internet, as much as it's caused us a lot of problems doing our live broadcasts. And again today we've recorded this because we had trouble with the live broadcast, but we'll get this out, and hopefully everyone will enjoy listening to it and sharing in, you know, just knowing that you know, you're there with Vince. You're going to be sitting on your driveway this afternoon with your bunting in your motorhome, and you've got the MG out. I'm sure it looks splendid, so some photographs of that would be great. I think he was so excited to get the MG out because Obviously he's got this lovely vintage car that's immaculate, and it's one of those with the suitcase on the back, and you know, the big red chairs and everything. It looks stunning, but of course, like, he'd normally just take it, the weather, he'd normally take it for a run, and he feels so guilty. So it's literally, he's driven it around the block and back because he feels bad to take it out for a drive. So I think he's just relieved that it still starts.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you have to take it down to, don't they have the classic car boot sale at King's Cross every year? The Hemingway Designs, I think, organise that. My niece used to be involved in that, and you can get involved with the classic car and the you know, the retro look too. So you'd be perfect for that. Absolutely perfect for that.
Well, we know the reason why I've got a few of these bits as well is because we go to Goodwood down in on the south coast. That's amazing too. So
brilliant.
So I'll see you sometime next week then.
Yeah, yes, we'll have a chat next week. Will it be next Saturday? What are we covering next Saturday, Esther? That's a week on Saturday.
Well, I believe you had a little present through the door.
Oh, I did. So I've got some Esther Marie makeup. Woo! Yeah. So shall we go through that?
Yeah, we'll go through your little goodies that you've received, and let's do a little bit of you know, when you've got these things, how I can help you remotely and what have you.
Wonderful.
And you can give them a try.
Wonderful. So we'll see you a week tomorrow. 3 o'clock a week tomorrow. Yeah. Excellent.
My wrinkles have gone by about 3. Good time.
Fantastic. So happy VE Day celebrations to everybody around the UK. Lots of love, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.